For weeks, we're going to be hearing the left come up with convenient truths about how this happened that Trump won. And if you really are invested in wanting to know how this happened and not just having angry excuses while you're grieving, I will tell you how this happened. The left should be self-reflecting instead of projecting. They're going to be justifying, blaming independent voters, Republicans, etc. This wasn't about the patriarchy. This wasn't about race, sexism, homophobia, or transphobia. This was a rejection of political correctness to the point of overcorrection. This was a rejection of political correctness gone mad. And as someone myself who used to have Trump Derangement Syndrome, we don't have the luxury of political correctness when we're just trying to survive. It's not just a lot of people now not relying on mainstream media that are actually doing their own research, listening to independent news, podcasts, looking up the quotes that the mainstream media twisted against Trump in the past that were never things he said. It's not only that. It's not only people being tired of being called transphobic just because they don't agree with certain sports things, or they think, well, let's wait a little later before we start hormones. People are tired of being labeled as transphobic or homophobic just because they disagree on certain issues. People are also tired of just being labeled as racist for voting for Trump. Also, going back to how the media has misquoted him many times. It is no longer a winning strategy. People have prioritized surviving and what they feel is best for their families and the country over identitarianism. And even me being a trans person, how selfish would I be? People have said to me, you're turning on your brothers and sisters. No, I'm not. I represent myself and no one else, first of all. And secondly, do you know how minimizing it is to look at a trans person and say you're supposed to think within this box? Or any other minority? How small of you to expect that of someone, first of all. And then, of course, they're just going to say to me, well, Cara, you're white. And you would be right. But you would also be perpetuating the very thing that is losing votes in this country, which is identitarianism and culture wars. People are exhausted from it, and they just want to be able to survive and put food on the table. But how selfish would I be as a trans person to say, well, I'm trans, y'all, and even though I don't think this candidate's what's best for the country, I'm going to vote for this person because she is giving me my propaganda. How stupid do you think I am? The reason Trump resonates is he's anti-establishment. Trump don't even care if he pisses off Republicans. Trump doesn't even care if he pisses off Republicans. That's how much of an independent thinker he is, okay? Like, do you understand that? And it's about wanting authenticity to the point of, we don't care if everything he says is perfect or if he's messy sometimes with his delivery or his choice of words, because no one is perfect. And we don't want people to pretend to be perfect. That's what politicians do. The reason he won is because people are rejecting in wholesale political correctness, pandering, identity and culture wars over fighting for the people. So, what have you learned from this? Well, if you weren't listening, you probably think I'm in a cult. But if you were listening and trying to actually look at the left, if you're a leftist, you should be looking at the left. It is their job to convince people to vote for them, and they did not do that. It's up to them to self-reflect. He didn't just win the Electoral College, he won the popular vote. He not only won the Electoral College, he won the popular vote, is what's being projected. Trump won huge with minorities, which you'll see the reporting. The left should be self-reflecting instead of projecting. They're going to be justifying, blaming independent voters, Republicans, etc. Probably.